Hello everyone, this is Antonio speaking. Have you ever wondered why, after so many seminars, courses, good books, changes don't occur? Like you're consciously aware that you need that change. You see that change to be right for you. And then 7 days later, 14 days later, you're back to square one. So you have a lot of knowledge, but your life doesn't change. Why? I want to share with you some of the reasons why. And before we go any further, I shouldn't even be talking to you today. Because in school, I was a zero. I was classified as, I don't even want to say the word. So why am I talking to you today? See, I love my life. I wouldn't change my life with anybody. Honest from the heart. You see, I was born poor. I have a life that I wrote a book. Well, you can't buy the book because it's in Portuguese, to tell my life story. So what I'm telling you is that if I came from nowhere, a total nothing, became happy and fulfilled, that means we can transcend the reasons why we can't. I'm going to share with you some of the reasons that you and many others, and I included, until I discover it. Because I can go to many sessions and coaching and so on and so forth. I mean, with people that I love. Earl Nightingale, I love that man. Tony Robbins, Wayne Dyer. I could go on. And why don't I live the changes I so much wish? Why? Well, you see, we are, in reality, stars. Stars in the universe that like to dance, take physical form in time. Take physical form in time. Now, to do so, a star cannot connect with the physical body just like that. Okay? So what happens? There's a process. The process is there are two hard drives. I call it two hard drives. I came up with this and it makes a lot of sense to me, and it's easy for you to grasp the message. Now, here's hard drive number 1 and hard drive number 2. The hard drive number 1 is programmed. It's programmed with all the passages, memories in other lives, in other corridors that you traveled. And this is why you are who you are. See, your father and mother didn't make you. Like I tell people when I give talks in the subject, if I was the one who made my kids, trust me, I would have made them differently. Okay? So anyway, we could go on, but I only have a few minutes with you today, and I really want to share this with you. So hard drive number 1 is programmed. Hard drive number 2 is virgin. It's as stupid as it can be. Why do I say that? Because there's no memory. In the first 3 years or 36 months, if you and I had no supervision, we would kill ourselves 10 times a day. Cross the street, bang. Grab a knife, fall down the stairs, down the balcony, because we have no memory. Okay, that's why I call it, it's as stupid as it can be. So they are connected. They are connected. Now, from 0 to 7 years of age, it begins to be programmed. Mother, father, they're the heroes, they know best. Then 7 to 14, 14 to 21, and 21 to 28. Now, hard drive number 2 was programmed. Now, hard drive number 2 is divided into. So we have 2. We have the subconscious mind and the conscious mind, okay? Subconscious and conscious. Now, The programming that you received, that is installed in the subconscious, becomes your beliefs and becomes what controls you. A lot of us practitioners call it paradigms. The paradigms. Now, when you go to a seminar or you go to a course, you read a good book, you are consciously aware. You are there. So you see clear, this is what I would like, this is what I want, and this is what I'm going to do. So consciously you say you are going to do it. But then guess what happens? The subconscious, the programming, the paradigm begins to play. So in other words, consciously you're saying, I'm going to make more money. I'm going to make more money. Then the subconscious mind that was programmed, I'm talking about one, we could talk about many obviously. Now, from 0 to 7, 7 to 14, your parents struggled with money. And because of that, they began to classify money as bad. The world is in the way it is because of money. Money is evil, and so on. No, that's what's in the back of your head. That's in your subconscious. That's a paradigm. So what do? You sabotage. Because there's passages in these so-called sacred books that say it's easier for a camel to enter the eye of a needle than a rich man in paradise. Think about it. It's very, very, very true that's written. Take a trip to the Vatican in Rome and tell me how poor they are. So you see, we need to shift these paradigms. Even this day, I'm 56, going to be 57. Even today. And I've been doing this since 1990. 1990. I ask myself, Antonio, who's thinking what you're thinking? Who's doing what you're doing? Is it really you? Or a program? A paradigm? Believe me, this is something that needs to become part of your life every day. You need to be consciously aware of the moment. And look at yourself in the mirror and, sometimes talk to yourself in the mirror. Who is thinking what you're thinking? And why? Okay? So, you need to be aware. See, let me put it to you this way. The subconscious mind, where the programs are installed, the paradigms, that happens because of repetition, because of what your father and mother said at the table over and over and over again. Or your surroundings, or school. A beer. Do you know anybody that took a beer for the first time and went like, wow, this stuff is good, really good? I don't think so. You go, oh, beer doesn't taste good. But as you force it into the program, guess what? It becomes really good. A beer at summertime, wow, it's so refreshing, right? A cigarette. Do you know anybody that light up a cigarette for the first time and, wow, this stuff is really good? Do you know anybody like that? Well, I don't. So, what do you see? Cigarette? That's what you see. Yet, cigarettes, beer, is a huge market in the world. Huge. So, the programming is conditioning. You do it over and over and over and over, and it becomes accepted by the subconscious mind. Okay? Now, the hard drive number 1, hard drive number 2, there's a story here. Now, I call myself a holistic coach. What is that, a holistic coach? Well, coaching, you know what it is. Holistic is I take this information into account. So I work with numerology. After so many years, I put something together that gives me access to what you brought with you in your first hard drive and what your second hard drive is going to live by, in which routes, highways and roads you are going to travel. So I want you to look at the chart. Here, take a second and look at it. Now you see, it looks complex, and maybe it is. To me it's very simple. So, holistic coach is, before you come and see me, I have your chart, I know everything about you. And trust me, I've seen thousands of people, so they can speak for me. So I have access to what you brought with you, either to heal, clean, or purify. It's there, your infrastructure, and what you are going to encounter in the field you are going to play in. Okay? So that gives me a lot of information that I pass on to you. Now, when I say holistic coach, it's because I'm dealing with you. And let's say you're an apple. If you're an apple, I'm not going to look at you as an orange. I'm going to treat you as an apple, according to your program. Because your program may not care at all about material things. Maybe you're very spiritual. Or maybe you're a solitary. Maybe you're very independent. Maybe you're very sociable. Maybe you are very sensitive or very emotional. So I need to treat all these patterns in your code. Now, holistic coach doesn't end here. I also use Curology. Now, Curology is the study of the palms. See, I don't call it palmistry because Curology, the way I do it, and for so many years, it is a wonderful thing. You see, it's like a window that lets you take a peek into the future and change the future. Okay? See, the lines keep changing. What are the lines? The lines are conscious thought. You change the thought, you change the line, you change the experience. So this is why I call it holistic coach. Now, when you go through all this process, what do we do? See, this is heavily programmed now by 28. I mean, if you are a 50, 60, 70, so it is pretty charged. Pretty charged. And guess what? You know this to be true. How many people are themselves? How many? Not many. Because they have no clue that it works like this. Okay? So many people want to change certain habits. They know they're no good for them, but they can't. Because they don't have access to the program. Okay? So, I want you to look at some of the palms, just a couple, so you see the lines, how complex it can be, but how interesting they can be also. Take a look. You see? Okay, so through your code, the numerology code, the way I built it, I have access to what you came here to do, live, purify, heal, clean, whatever. I have access. And through Curology, I have access to how you are living that which you came to live. And it's the balance of both that will produce a different life. Okay? So I wanted to share this with you so that you know that there is a reason why all this study, this reading, all these workshops, all these courses, that it gives you information, but there's no results. There's no results. It is because of what I said. Okay? So I wanted to share this with you. And look, I'm here. If you want to see me, you can see me no matter where you are. Skype today is a beauty. The beautiful things that we have that some abuse, but that's okay. So we are very far and we are very close. Anyway, this is Antonio speaking. It was for me a pleasure to share this bit of information with you. Okay? Thank you very much.